everyone, this is Krista from Spirit and Thread, and today I'm going to walk you through how to make this shrug pair of sleeves. And here I've paired it with a bralette from my channel. I will link the tutorial for that in the description as well. Let's get started on these sleeves. So for this pattern, you're going to want some yarn, a size 3 or 4 yarn. I have this sport weight size 2 yarn from Crochet. I love working with cotton or cotton blends. I will link this yarn in the description below. Because it's a size 2, I'm going to double up on this yarn. Then you're also going to need a tapestry needle and some scissors, some stitch markers to mark where you're increasing so that you can match on both sleeves. And I'm using a size 5.5 crochet hook. Because this pattern is made to fit, you can choose whatever size hook around that size you have that matches with the size yarn that you're using. So to begin, you're going to chain enough so that it can wrap comfortably around your wrist, as this will become this wrist cuff here. Another important note is that I'm leaving a very long tail, and the reason for this is so that I can use this tail to add a single crochet border row without adding another fasten on. This will help me so that I don't have to sew in as many ends. So I left about 3 feet, 4 feet maybe, of yarn in my tail so that I can do that final single crochet row. And then I'm going to chain so that I can comfortably wrap around my wrist. And for me, with this size yarn and this hook, that was chaining 22. I just chained 22. You'll see it wraps loosely around my wrist. And now I'm going to slip stitch into my first chain, making sure that my chain is not twisted. And now I'm working in the round. So I'm going to chain 1 as my kind of my turning chain, and then I'm going to single crochet in each stitch around for a total, for me, of 22 stitches. Your single crochet stitch count at the end of this row should match your chain count at the end of your chaining. I just placed my final single crochet, and now I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet of this round. And that completes round 1. So now I'm going to pause for a moment on my working loop here, and I'm just going to kind of tighten that so it's secure. I am now going to go back to my long tail and flip my work upside down so I can add my single crochet border row on the unworked side. And to do that, I am going to chain 1 using that tail that's still attached, and I'm going to single crochet into each stitch around on the unworked side of my initial chains. I like doing this because it adds a clean border on my wrist cuff. It makes your project look a little bit more complete and crisp. So go ahead and single crochet in each stitch around. I am slip stitching into the first single crochet of this round, and then I'm going to fasten off. I have a bit extra left after this, so just so it doesn't get in the way as I continue to work, I'm going to cut that off. And now we can continue with our open loop. So we're counting this single crochet row as round 1. And for the next round, we are going to chain 3, which counts as your first triple crochet, chain 1 more, that counts as 1 chain, and then skip 1 stitch and triple crochet into the next. I should mention that for your initial chain row, we wanted to chain in even numbers so that we can make sure that this pattern of triple crochet, chain 1, skip 1 always ends neatly at the end of this round. So now I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, triple crochet, chain 1, skip 1, triple crochet, and repeat that all the way around. I just placed my final triple crochet. I have 1 stitch remaining. I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, and in the third chain of this starting chain 4, I'm going to slip stitch, and that round is complete. To begin the next round, I'm going to chain 1, and in this first stitch, this triple crochet, I'm going to single crochet 1. In the next chain space, single crochet, in the next triple crochet, single crochet, and repeat that all the way around. You're placing 1 single crochet per stitch and per chain. I just placed my final single crochet in my final chain 1. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet of this round, and that round is complete. Now I'm going to chain 3 plus 1 again, chain 4, and skip 1, triple crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, triple crochet, and repeat around just like this. I just placed my final triple crochet. I'm going to chain 1 and slip stitch into the third chain of my starting chain 4. And that round is complete. Now, as you work on your sleeve, you want to try it on because you'll be adding increasing rows as needed for your particular arm shape and size. For me, I don't need to increase yet because I have narrow wrists. You might want to add an increased row at this point. I am going to do one more set of single crochet and triple crochet rows before I increase on the single crochet row that will come after that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but if you feel like you're ready for the increased row, you can pick up where I begin in just a moment. I just added another single crochet and triple crochet row, and now when I try on my sleeve, it gets about to the point on my wrist where I feel like I can use an increase. And so you want to make sure that you try on your sleeve as you go so you can add increases as necessary. For me, I've already made one of my sleeves in preparation for recording this video, and I increased every third single crochet row. And I indicated which rows I increased in using these stitch markers. So I am going to begin my first single crochet increase row. And to do that, I will chain 1, single crochet into my first stitch, and then in this next chain space here, I'm going to place 2 single crochet. And then proceed as usual, single crocheting in each stitch and chain around until you reach your final chain space. I've reached my final chain space, and in this chain space, I'm going to place 2 single crochet and then slip stitch in my starting single crochet. So in this increasing round, I have increased by 2, and to mark that, I'm going to use one of my stitch markers. The reason I think this is helpful is so I can recall when I'm making my second sleeve where I placed my increase rows so I can make a matching second sleeve. For me, I am going to add an increase single crochet row on every third single crochet row. You might be different, so make sure that you try on your sleeve as you go and add increases as appropriate as you move up your arm. And you're going to repeat this until your sleeve reaches the length of your armpit. So for me, that was from my cuff here all the way up to this purple stitch marker. And we'll count how many triple crochet rows that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 triple crochet rounds, ending on a single crochet round. Again, you'll want to try this on so that you make sure that your length is appropriate to bring this sleeve up to your armpit with a little bit of wiggle room. You don't want it to be too tight. So for me, that was 18 triple crochet rows, ending on a single crochet row. So my sleeve is now long enough to reach up to my armpit, and I finished on a single crochet row. Each of these markers are rows where I increased, and now I am ready to begin the section that will wrap around my shoulders and tie around my neck. So my final row was a single crochet row. Now I'm going to add a triple crochet row. It'll start off the same as my former triple crochet rows, but it will end a little bit different because this row will be a row instead of a round. We're going to be going back and forth to create rows instead of rounds as we have for former rounds of the sleeve. But it'll start the same. Chain 3 and then chain 1 more. That counts as triple crochet and a chain 1, skip 1 and triple crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, triple crochet, and repeat that all the way around. I'm reaching the end of this row, and I'm chaining 1, skip 1, placing my final triple crochet. Normally I would chain 1 and then slip stitch into the first triple crochet of this round. However, we're going to be working in rows now, so I'm actually going to chain 1, skip 1, and in this first stitch where that first triple crochet is, I'm going to place another triple crochet. And I'm not going to slip stitch to connect. Now I'll chain 1 and turn my work. We're working in rows now, and I am going to single crochet into my first stitch, single crochet into the chain, and repeat all the way across. Single crocheting once into each stitch and into each chain. I'm reaching the end of this row. I'm going to single crochet into the final chain space and single crochet into the third chain of my starting chain 4. That counts as the top of a triple crochet. And that is my row. Now I'm going to chain 4. That counts as a triple crochet and a chain 1. And I'm going to skip 1, triple crochet, and then chain 1, skip 1, triple crochet on repeat all the way around until you reach the end of this row. I'm at the end of my row. I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, and triple crochet in my final stitch. Now I'm going to add an increase row. And to do that, we're going to place 2 single crochet into the first and last stitches and 1 single crochet in all the other stitches. So I chained 1 and turned, placed 2 single crochet into my first stitch, and then 1 single crochet into all the other stitches. I just placed a single crochet in my final chain space, and now at the top of this chain 3, which was my first triple crochet, I'm going to place 2 single crochet. And so that just added an increase row. I'm going to grab a stitch marker and I'm going to mark this row so I know that it's an increase row. Now I'm going to continue alternating these 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, for a total of 6 triple crochet rows or 12 total rows. And I'm going to add an increase row on every 4th row or every 2nd single crochet row. So my next row is going to be a triple crochet chain 1 row, and I'm going to continue alternating these 4 rows until when I put on my sleeve, the front point reaches around the center of my chest where it will be connected to the 2nd sleeve. I just finished my 6th repeat of a triple crochet and a single crochet row. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I increased in every 2nd single crochet row a total of 3 times. And at this point, you should try on your sleeve, make sure that this shoulder portion reaches across and is prepared to connect to the front of your other sleeve. You want to make sure that it's long enough. If it's not quite long enough, if it feels like it's going to be too snug to connect in the front of your chest here, then add a few more rows. So you might want to add a total of 7 triple crochet, single crochet row pairs. You might want to add 8. 6 does the job for me, so I'm going to stop at 6, but you might want to go for 7 or 8. Once it is the right length, you are going to fasten off your first sleeve and repeat all of those steps to create a matching second sleeve. I already created my second sleeve, so I'd be ready to record this for you. After you finish your second sleeve, do not fasten off. Now I'm going to show you the steps to combine your two sleeves and to make one pair. So you're going to chain one and turn your work to work again along this single crochet row, and you're going to place one single crochet per stitch along this top single crochet row. I'm finishing up this single crochet row, and I'm going to single crochet into my final stitch here. I'm going to move this marker so I can easily place my stitch. And after that final single crochet, I'm going to bring over my second sleeve with the open end facing me. Where I fastened off, and I have this tail here, that's where I'm going to single crochet to connect. So I single crocheted in my final stitch of my first sleeve. I'm going to single crochet into the first stitch of my second sleeve to join them here. And then I'm going to single crochet across this top edge of my second sleeve. I'm reaching the end of my second sleeve, and after I place my final single crochet, I'm going to chain 30 or 40, however long you need, to create a strap that will tie around your back. For a size small, I'm going to chain 30. I chained 30. Now I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to slip stitch into the second chain from my hook, and I'm going to slip stitch into each chain of that chain 30 that I just made. This is reinforcing your strap, making it a bit stronger. I am placing my final slip stitch, and now I'm back at the start where I began my chains here. I am going to single crochet, not into this single crochet top row that I just made, but into this next single crochet here. And that attaches this firmly to that corner. Now I'm going to single crochet along this edge where my arm will go through, and I'll have my armpit down here. So I'm going to place 3 single crochet per triple crochet row and 1 single crochet per single crochet row. And repeat that until you reach where the 2 sides of your open sleeve come together and where your armpit will be. I'm approaching my armpit corner, so I'm going to single crochet 3 times into this triple crochet row, and then go to my next side here, and I'm going to single crochet 3 times into the next triple crochet row, and continue to repeat, adding these single crochet, 3 single crochet per triple crochet row, and 1 single crochet per single crochet row. And repeat that until you get up to the top. I'm approaching where my 2 sleeves were joined. I am going to place a single crochet 2 together in the final single crochet row of my first sleeve and the first single crochet row of my next sleeve. So I'm beginning my single crochet 2 together, then I'm going to insert my hook and pull through on the second side and pull through all 3. So I just single crocheted 2 together in these 2 rows here. That'll make it a bit more secure where your sleeves come together. And then I'm going to continue what I've been doing along the next edges here. I'm going to single crochet 3 times into each triple crochet row and 1 time into each single crochet row. And then I'm going to repeat those same steps on the second side of my second sleeve. I am reaching the top of my second sleeve. I'm placing 3 single crochet in this triple crochet row, 1 single crochet in this single crochet row, and this is where I began this border round. I'm not going to single crochet right into here just yet. Now I'm going to chain 30 or 40 to match your first strap side, and repeat those strap instructions on the second side. So I'm going to chain 30 and then chain 1, turn my work, and slip stitch into each of these 30 chains. I just slip stitched into my final chain here. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the next single crochet where I began this round, and then I will fasten off. At this point, you are all done. You want to sew in your ends. I'm going to make a matching bralette with one of my own patterns, and I will link that in the description. But here's how your sleeves will look in the front. Here's how they'll look in the back, and you'll use these straps to secure them around your back. And you're all set. So here's how I put on my sleeves. I tie my straps together, and this is going to go over my head and lay over my back so that the side where I attached my sleeves will be facing the front. I put my arms through the holes, and I lift this over my head. And if you want it to be tighter, you can tighten up the back strap. But here is how it looks. I paired with my elegant lacy bralette. You can find the tutorial for that on my channel. And check it out. You're all done. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to see more like it, please like and subscribe to my channel. That helps me continue to put out more videos like this. Have a great day and happy crocheting.